Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today with something very different. I don't often get this kind of car on the channel, but this is a 718 Cayman with a twist. Now this car is a stage 3 car. That's right, this is the 2-litre flat 4 engine in this car. It's got a hybrid turbo on it, running around 450 horsepower. We've got a manual gearbox. This is going to be a lot of fun and very, very different to what we're normally used to on this channel. Of course, we are joined with Kai, the owner of the car. We'll get him on camera in a moment. He can talk us through basically what he's done to it, and then we'll go out and experience this 450 horsepower hybrid turbo 718 Cayman. Okay, so we're joined now with Kai, the owner of the car. Mate, thank you so much for bringing this down.
You're welcome.
As we said, a very different car for the channel. It's one you've modified fairly heavily, which is pretty cool. So if it's all right to give us a bit of a walkthrough.
Yeah, the potted history is that it started as a bog standard 718 Cayman, absolutely stock. I bought it about 6 months old, and over the last 3 years, I've taken it from about 285 horsepower to 450 now.
Wow.
It's got a hybrid turbo from Litco. It's got water methanol injection.
Nice, yeah.
It's got the third radiator on the front from the GC4 to keep things cool.
Okay, yeah.
It's got 996 turbo brakes, including yellow stuff pads, braided hoses, brake fluid, all those sorts of things. Yeah. The best thing that I did to it was the Olin suspension. So it's on Olin's road and track suspension, and it just brought the car to life.
Yeah,
And the thing with Olin's is, the faster you go, the better it gets. So, don't want to admit too much, but you know, as you start to pedal, this thing really comes into its own. Yeah. And I use the car on track as well, so it needs to be everything, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a daily driver as well, isn't it?
Daily driver.
Yeah.
And then it can pick up and run sort of 1 minute 25 at Goodwood, which is a GT3 speed.
Wow.
So
nice.
Yeah,
well, I bet
it's a quick car.
You've been giving some of the big guys a run for the money, really.
Yeah, I think they're quite surprised to see something like this keeping up.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first of its kind in the UK as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anybody else has done as much as I have, to be honest with you. I've worked with Regal down in Southampton.
Yes,
They've done most of the mechanical work for me. They're great. All of the tuning's by Regal as well. There's another company, Meister, who have sort of come on board. They've got a few bits and pieces for me as well, but the problem I've got is that I'm the first one, and nobody else has done any development of this car to the extent that I have. So everything I do from here on in, I'm the first.
That's true. That is very
true. So we learn as we go.
So I suppose, well, being a turbocharged engine as well, you're kind of restricted with some of the bolt-ons and fueling and things like that.
Exactly, yeah.
Really.
So if I want any more power, basically we're running at 80% duty cycle at the moment, which is fairly safe, 450 brake horsepower. But if I want to go any more, I need fuel pumps, I need injectors, and nobody does them yet. So basically we're going to have to find someone who's ready to develop that for the car to take it further. I have a dream. The dream would be a built engine with a bloody great turbo on it and some 600 horsepower, but maybe get back in touch in a year's time and we'll see where we are. Hopefully
it's going to be a busy year then if you're going to get it done in a year. But obviously this being a mid-engine car, you can't actually see much of the engine, which we can pop this open and have a quick look.
So unlike a lot of your other cars, there's not really a lot to see back here, but the engine's in the middle. So the 911 has a rear engine, this one is mid-engine, sort of like a Ferrari, I guess. Yeah. It's all quite tightly compacted in the back there.
It is, yeah.
But we needed the water methanol to keep it cool. So cooling is one of the biggest problems with these cars because the engine is here in the middle. Yeah. And really you've only got 2 inlets. One side feeds the charge cooler and one side feeds air into the engine, and that's it. Yeah. So all the cooling is done up at the front. And with 3 radiators, I've got no space for an intercooler or something, you know, like a Golf or an Audi. It's literally everything lives inside there.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I do applaud it because it's very cool to see something so different. The fact that you use it as well a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it gets used.
Yeah, absolutely. Exhaust-wise, stock back box, everything like that. Just a bit of a downpipe.
We found 20 horsepower just by cutting out the cat and replacing it with an HJS race. Yeah. But I'm at the limits of noise as well, so I can't do any more on the exhaust. Yeah. There are exhaust systems available. They might give me 10 horsepower, but they'll also give me 10 decibels extra, which I can't afford. I'm just literally scraping through at the moment on track days anymore. And I'd be going backwards. Yeah,
absolutely. But I think if that's pretty much everything then, I think we should get it fired up and go have a spin.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fast, isn't it? Oh, the brakes as 996 turbo brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EBC have just released a new pad.
Yeah.
A new yellow stuff pad for the 996 turbo, so I put those on there as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thought if I'm going as fast as a turbo, I might as well stop like a turbo.
That's very true. I mean, I wasn't sure what I was going to expect, but that's good. That's very quick.
No, it's great. It's just right, you know. Yeah. You can have too much power, and I've seen a lot of people with 1,000 horsepower, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
They can never really use it.
Yeah.
You know, you're 3 seconds full throttle and it's finished.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this one is more like something you can,
you
know, play with regularly.
It revs for days, doesn't it?
Yeah. The other thing I wanted was for it to be tuned like a naturally aspirated car. You know, I wanted to feel like it's got boost, but it holds boost all the way up, and these things rev to 7, 8.
Yeah, yeah. Have you got the OEM red line on, or is it exceeded a little bit?
It goes a little bit over, to be honest.
A little bit over, yeah.
But the great thing with a hybrid turbo is it makes boost all the way to the top.
Absolutely. There's no tail off.
The old one gave up at 6,000. That was kind of the end of it.
Really? So at 6, it really...
Yeah, it really dropped off.
You can really stamp on the brakes as well.
Yeah, you've got to trust them.
It's still such usable power as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's just the right amount. I mean, you always want more.
Yeah,
of course,
naturally, yeah.
But I don't think you could use a lot more.
Because, I mean, you can just plant it and
and it takes all of it. That's the main thing.
Suspension is very good as well.
Really, really good.
Very good. Is it slightly lower as well? Is it literally?
Yeah, it's not massively low. You know, I'm not into that sort of ground hugging stuff. But it's lower, it's stiffer, and it's currently on the road setting. Okay. So you crawl underneath, you wind it up. It's on number 10 out of 30 at the moment, so it's relatively soft.
Yeah.
But on track, you can wind it all the way around, and the thing is just completely flat.
Yeah, that's what you want, isn't it?
I've got the uprated anti-roll bars and all the bushes underneath as well, so it does sit really nicely.
Yeah. Clutch-wise as well, that's a question. Are you running uprated, or is it still stock?
Still the stock clutch. Yeah, everything's stock so far. I don't do any 0 to 60 stuff, so I'm not hard on it. So it's been fine. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. There will come a point when there is too much power. Yeah. There's also a point where there's too much torque.
Yes.
And that's what breaks things.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Again, with the tune, I said, can you please make sure that the torque comes in, but it's very, very linear. You know, it's not in one sudden hit.
Yeah.
So maximum power is at maximum revs.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's all up there.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want. You've just got so much confidence with it, though. Both acceleration and deceleration. It's like little go-karts, isn't it?
It's great. It's really good
Absolutely
fun.
brilliant. What kind of tracks have you done in it so far?
Pretty much all of them. Yeah. Goodwood is my favourite.
Yeah.
It's local to me, and you can really get some speed up. We hit 157 on the back straight.
That's really good.
It is moving.
That is good.
And we're lapping sort of 125s.
Yeah.
Consistently, which is also important.
Yeah. Have you got any plans for like interior kind of bits and bobs, do you reckon?
Yeah, I could lighten it, certainly. I mean, it's a light car. It's 1335 kilos.
Yeah.
But I've got electric seats, for instance.
True.
And I've got aircon, and I've got all the nice things. And I could probably go for some maybe GT4 sort of buckets. They do a nice bucket, and they would fit, straight in.
Of course, yeah.
But they're so expensive. You know, there's not many people with spare GT4 seats kicking around.
Exactly, because they're great seats anyway. You're only really going to find one if it's unfortunately been in a little incident, really. Back to it though, there is no lag. freely.
It's almost normally aspirated.
It is.
It feels like
really
it's just wants to be there.
Astonishing. And it handles the power so well. Like, there's no denying that. Yeah, what a car. You have built your own model, really, isn't it? Because there isn't a, well, there's a Cayman GT4 RS.
Yeah.
There's not a Cayman RS of the kind of base non-GT model.
No, the models go base, obviously. There's a T, which is this one, slightly lighter.
Yeah.
Cayman S has the 2.5 engine, slightly bigger.
Yeah.
The GTS also has a 2.5, and then you're into the GT cars, which is 3.8 or 4 litres now. The new GTS also is a 4 litre. But these cars are making barely 400 horsepower, and even if you spent a lot of money on them, you know, the tuning won't get you to this.
But yeah, thank you very much for taking me out. And it's
it.
an absolute machine. We'll have to get it on track sometime.
Definitely.
Because I think that's where this thing will come alive. But if you do want to learn more about, well, everything that this car gets up to, then I will leave Kai's Instagram linked down in the description down below for you guys to go check out. But that is it from me today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for all the adventures still to come.